Did graduating a semester early give me a superiority complex? God, no. Oh my God, never. However, am I gonna take advantage of it and make a whole video about giving advice to graduating college students, even though I just graduated 5 months ago? Yes! Yes, I am. I'm gonna take advantage of it, yeah. Hi! Okay, so if you graduated, this video is for you. You might be graduating high school, and hear me out, this video still might be relevant to you, especially if you're not planning on going to college or you're going a different route. This might still be relevant to you, so stick around. Also, congrats on graduating high school because high school sucks. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post or else you're gross. I'm slurring more and more and more every single time that I do this in every video. Starting, I am taking my omega-3s though. My brain is healthy, in case anyone was wondering. I'm making this video because I wish I watched a video prior of someone who didn't love their whole college experience talk about graduating and what happens with life after graduation. Hannah Elise just did an amazing video, so I highly recommend that you go check it out, kind of talking about how college was not the best 4 years of her life and she was told that it's supposed to be and it just isn't. And anyway, just go give it a watch. But there's gonna be some parallels to our two videos. Does parallel means that it's gonna be opposite or that they're going to be the same? I'm gonna touch on some of the same things that she did. Anyway, now I am the person telling you what life has truly been like after college, the last 5 months, from someone who didn't absolutely love it. Like, I was not passionate about the school that I went to. I don't care. I wasn't in a sorority. I didn't do sports there. Well, I was on an intramural volleyball team that was called Set on My Face. So, before I get too deep into it, I just want to say I completely understand that I am a very, very privileged person for the fact that I have a job after graduating college. I know a lot of people, especially right now, are really struggling to get a job after college. And you know what? I'm also very lucky that I am self-employed. This has been a job that I've had while I was still in college. By my job, if you couldn't guess, it's YouTube. YouTube is my job. Social media is my job. Started becoming a job for me at the start of my junior year, and I'm so grateful every single day. I count my little lucky stars. I think that's the saying. However, I do know that there's going to be plenty of people now who are going to be working from home, maybe job searching from home, people who are happy they're out of college, people who didn't really enjoy being in college, or maybe even people who dropped out or decided to never go to college, and they may relate to this video. For everyone who has personally told me that my life is going to go downhill and very sad after college, you are a liar. Cue Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. But just for a second, because I don't want to get copyright striked. So, life does exist after college. I think one of the main reasons why people love their colleges is not the actual college itself. Like, they're not like, well, I don't know. Some people get a little bit weird. Like Penn State, people who go to Penn State, people who never even went to Penn State, but are just like fans of Penn State, like eat, breathe, die Penn State, like literally eating Penn State's asshole. I just will personally never understand that. At least when I was in college, I just never understood being fans of an institution. It's a business at the end of the day. As soon as you graduate, before they even email you your diploma, they're already asking for donations from you as an alumni. And this is not to shit on anyone who loves their college or is like this, because I'm happy that you seem so happy. Truly, like, I wish that I was able to be as happy as you are about things like this, but it just doesn't bring me a lot of joy. So I'm so happy that I am out of college, to be honest, and I no longer am facing FOMO, or I don't feel like I'm missing out on all this fun to be had, because everything that I do now in my life is whatever I want to make of it. And you'll probably relate to this if you have gone to a bigger college. There's just so many things always happening, and if you're not taking advantage of every little thing or having the absolute time of your life, you feel guilty for the way that you're spending your money there. Football game happening, I would feel guilty for not going to it. I don't give a fuck about football. I literally don't know what's going on. I would feel guilty about not being at the football games because I'm like, well, I'm literally paying to be here. I'm literally paying to go to this school. I feel bad that I'm not going. And now that I'm a graduated woman, I don't feel guilty about anything, because how I choose to spend my time is how I choose to spend my time. I'm not paying anything to exist. Well, when you pay rent and you pay for other things, you are paying to exist. But what I mean is that I'm not paying as much money as I am to an institution to just simply exist in that little bubble. And I don't even think that a lot of people love college because of the college itself. They love it because they're in this tight-knit community that's usually walkable. I've learned that recently, that these walkable communities are the reason why college kids love college so much. I loved being able to walk down 2 flights of steps and being at my bestie's house. I loved that I was able to walk right across the street and I was able to get dinner. I love that I was able to walk 5 minutes away and I was able to go study and make little videos on my little computer in the little library. It's very aesthetically pleasing. I'm like, wow, thousands of dollars for me to sit in this room. I love it. And having access to all these things makes life so much more enjoyable. That's really what people love about college, I think. And I do miss that aspect of it. And I'll get into that later. I also realized in this time is being an adult is not as scary as I thought. All the things that I never thought that I would be able to do for myself as an adult, I've been able to do. Well, like I was like, oh my God, when I get older and I have to do all these taxes because I have a big girl job now, it's gonna be so stressful. Is it absolutely stressful? Yes. Did I cry a little bit? Just a little bit. Was I surrounded by paperwork yesterday, wearing my pajamas, breaking in my new Doc Martens while also a rotting banana was sitting on my desk? Yes. But I feel like I'm able to accomplish all these things and it just doesn't seem so impossible anymore. I don't even feel like an adult, I want to say. I just still feel like a young person who just happens to have a degree. I graduated a few months after I turned 21. Reason being is that I'm just young for my year. I was born in September and this cutoff date was like the end of September. So I was always the youngest one in my grade. I personally was not one of those people in college where my parents paid for everything. Like rent, I was on my own. Buying food, I was on my own. I had jobs. And I know that some of you are so lucky that your parents have paid for those things for you, but that wasn't my case. And so I feel like I was prepared to get out of college and pay for things on my own. So I'm not over here just like holding on to my college experience being like, oh my God, it was such a stress-free time in my life. No, I was so incredibly stressed out. My life in December, getting my finals done was probably one of the most stressful months of my life, on top of my mom going through chemotherapy. All this stuff was just piling onto me, and every single day I'm so grateful that it's over. I never miss it. Well, however, I probably will romanticize that time in my life sometime soon because I tend to romanticize bad times in my life, so give it time. I give it around maybe like July. I'm gonna be like, oh, I missed the time that I was writing a 30-page essay on me making a business that I never created. Oh, I miss it. However, it's extremely liberating for me not to be honed in on all these assignments and projects and group work that I absolutely hated. And yes, while my job now, I am working more than 40 hours a week, more than I ever have before, I'm still happier than ever. The littlest things are becoming very fun to me. Going to IKEA, buying a desk. The most fun I had all month. One of the absolute favorite things that I've learned after college is that it is so fun to disconnect from people that you only knew from college. Disconnecting from people that you are never gonna see again is liberating and beautiful, and I can't wait for all of you to experience it. I had a lot of friends who were just circumstantial, meaning that we were not meant to be friends outside of college. We were really only friends because we lived on the same floor, we were in the same group, whatever. And now the fact that I get to choose who I get to interact with, spend time with, text, communicate with in general, I love it. I'm all about protecting your peace, and my peace is protected. I visited my campus the other day for something coming soon. Big things coming soon, guys. Very big things coming soon. I visited my campus the other day and it was really, really weird because it felt like I was this little old grandma. I remember when I used to be her one day, and it's like all of these younger high school seniors who are now touring the college, and so weird. And I like didn't recognize anyone there. Now for a Drake quote. I know way too many people here right now that I did not know last year. Who the fuck are y'all? And although I did feel very nostalgic and I was like, oh, I miss this, I miss that, whatever, it did feel really good driving past some of the places and being like, do you remember when you sobbed on that corner of that street right there? Do you remember when you hated living in this building? Because do you remember when you were sitting on that bench and you could not stop hyperventilating because your professor said, and then I was like, oh my God. Wow, I'm so much more in control of my life. I feel so much more at peace and happy that I actually am an adult now. And I'm out of this place, and my life and my mood is not dependent on whether my professor feels like being a jerk today, or if this person in this group project feels like not doing their work and screwing me over, or if my roommate did this to me. And it gets so much better, I promise. It's also nice because ever since I graduated, no one knows what I do anymore. Like, I get to pick and choose now in my life who gets pieces of me. I love that. People don't even know that YouTube is a serious job. I still get comments all the time being like, you get paid for that? Like, can you make a living off of that? Literally, I was at the hairdresser's yesterday and she was like, oh, do you love your job? And I was like, absolutely. And she was like, do you get like sponsors and stuff? And I was like, yes, I do. Which brings me into this next portion of the video, which is sponsored by Raycon. Thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring today's video. Would you have even any idea that I have had Raycon earbuds in this entire video? No, you wouldn't! Because they are so discreet. However, they really are good at noise isolating, so I'm gonna take them out so that I can hear myself. Since I work all day literally at home, I need nice, comfortable earbuds that stay in my ears because all day I'm either editing, listening to myself speak, or even recording a podcast, which I need to wear earbuds for. Raycon is disrupting the electronic industry by making great sound for everyone. And their wireless earbuds start at half the price of premium audio brands. Raycon earbuds give you 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design for a more noise isolating fit. They have a bunch of fun colors and patterns. I got red because have to match my alma mater, right? Also a variety of fit options and no dangling wires or stems. The company was co-founded by Ray J and Snoop Dogg loves them. And I trust Snoop Dogg with his judgment. Raycon also has a 45-day free return policy. Now that I'm a graduated woman, I will be taking these to the beach on a hike, you know. You can click the link in my description or you can go to buyraycon.com/Nicole and you can get 15% off of your Raycon purchase. Thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring today's video. And that was a sponsor. Every single day I feel so lucky that this is my job and even more lucky that no one really knows what I do. Feels really good. I also wish I would have known that no one is going to make a schedule for me. So while some of you guys may have jobs that you are on a schedule, a lot of you may be making your own times. Or even if you do have like a full-time job that has a strict schedule for you, no one is gonna tell you what to do before or after work, or on the weekends even. You could let the time pass you by like really easily, or you can do things that make you happier. Still working on that. For someone who is self-employed, I have struggled greatly having a schedule for myself for like the past 5 months. I have tried a lot of things and that's just been like one of the toughest things for me and what I wish I would have known before, because before I was like, oh, I don't need a strict schedule. I can just do whatever when I feel like it and it'll all get done. When you're in school, your life just has more structure to it. You know what time you have class, you know what time you can go on lunch, you know all that kind of stuff. But especially when you're working from home or you're self-employed or whatever the case may be, a lot of times you could spend hours on TikTok and you don't even know about it. I also wish that someone would have told me that it's completely fine to live with your parents after college. I mean, despite the pandemic, I could have been out of here a long time ago. And I know a lot of you are also living with your parents and it's kind of frowned upon to live with your parents after college because people are like, you need to go be an adult. You guys need to go do your own thing. Especially in immigrant families, it's normal to live with your parents, usually up until you get married, to be honest. I don't want to do that. However, in the beginning, I was like, I need to get out of here. Like, I need to move out. Like, I need to go. But now, the longer that I've spent time here, the more I've cherished spending time with my parents, to be completely honest. I have been so happy and been feeling so fulfilled spending time with them that I would not trade it for the world, and I've postponed my plans on when I am moving because I am just cherishing the time that I have now. And I know for a fact that there are people who may look down on me and my situation, and I don't care because I'm happy. And if you're watching this video and you're feeling bad about living with your parents or whatever your living situation may be, don't feel bad because it's no one's business. Additionally, like I said, no one knows what you're doing after you graduate. No one knows the ins and outs of your life unless you allow them to. If you're enjoying where you are right now, that's literally all that matters. I also wish I would have known that it's not all downhill and I'm not gonna become more boring when I graduate. I had a lot of people who loved going to college tell me, message me, literally tell me personally, yeah, it's all downhill after you graduate. It sucks. College was the best 4 years of my life. I miss it every single day. Life after college is not it. It's not fun. And that just hasn't been the case for me. I want to enjoy every single phase of my life. Just because you feel like your best time was in college does not mean that everyone's life goes to shit afterwards. Some people get amazing jobs and they love them, or some people start a family right after college and they're happy with that, or some people decide to go travel and they love doing that. There's so much more to life outside of academia and an institution. Also, after college, I wish that I knew that life goes very, very quickly. and I need to slow down and not make my whole life about work. Yeah, does it feel like it was January 1st and then I blinked and now suddenly we're in May? Yeah. Is it really stressful? Yeah. I need to slow it down because I am going a little bit too quickly here and I need to slow down and enjoy the ride. Hobbies, doing things for you that have nothing to do with anyone else are so important. Whatever you choose for your life path to be after college, don't make your life your work. Find other things that make you passionate and happy. And also, your job does not necessarily have to be your passion. Sometimes a job can be just something that you make money from and that you go home so that you have the means and the funds to be able to do whatever you love to do. Like perhaps maybe you don't love working at a department store, but maybe the department store funds the ability for you to make art in your free time and you're happy with that. Then I feel like that is a life that is fulfilled. And I just want to make that point very clear that whatever you decide to do after college is your business, makes you happy, and you don't owe a piece of yourself to anyone that you don't want to. So, in conclusion of this essay, college, it was great for me. Definitely had a lot of ups, had a lot of downs too. Do I look back at it fondly? At times, yes. Am I so happy to be done and whatever's next in my life? Absolutely. There is so much more to life outside of college, and don't let anyone, especially a lot of older people, tell you that it's all downhill from here, because it really should not be all downhill after you graduate. There's so much for you to see and so much for you to learn and so much for you to be that it doesn't have to feel like you not being in a sorority anymore is the end of your life. Do whatever makes you happy with your living situation. I can't stress that enough. And also go at your own pace because nobody cares at all what anyone else is doing. Like, I don't care about what anyone else is doing. My final words are that LinkedIn sucks and it will suck the soul out of you. And I will probably go delete my profile after this because I hate it on there. Sorry, LinkedIn. Not sorry. I don't like you. I really don't. Anyway, I hope that my point came across in this video well. I just really worried about people being like, well, it's easy for you to like your life. You're a YouTuber after college. Yes, I am. And I feel incredibly lucky and grateful every single day. I was one of those people who was worried what my life was going to look like after college, especially when I didn't even like college. I was like, oh my God, I don't like college now. And people are telling me I'm going to hate my life later. Like, this life just sounds depressing. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I'm gonna go now. I have to go to the chiropractor. If you like this video, please make sure that you leave it a like because that will sound so much. Also, comment any advice for people who have graduated from college, maybe even a nice little congratulations to all 2021 grads. I'm sending you a big congrats and a hug and a kiss, maybe. No kiss. Okay. Also, make sure that you subscribe if you want to be nasty, and if not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure you have your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post, or else you are gross. If you want to follow me on my other social media like Instagram, Twitter, Depop, Spotify, it's just at Nicole Rafiee. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, is at Nikki Nasty. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go tell my chiropractor that you said hello. Okay, bye.